Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I would like to explain about one of the topic of IMS 555 decision theory, which is the Minimax regret rule. First of all, what is the Minimax regret rule? The Minimax regret rule is a decision-making principle aimed at minimizing the maximum regret in uncertain situation. It's a key concept in decision theory. Regret in this context is defined as the opportunity lost through having made the wrong decision. The Minimax regret rule, introduced by Leonard Savage in 1951, is a method aimed at minimizing the worst-case regret, the difference between the actual payoff of a decision and the best possible payoff under the same scenario. Principles of Minimax regret. Firstly, risk aversion. Minimax regret is suitable for risk-averse decision makers who prioritize minimizing the maximum possible regret or loss. Second, optimism mitigation. It aims to mitigate over-optimism by considering the worst-case scenario. Thirdly, multiple outcome. Minimax regret accounts for multiple possible outcomes and their associated regrets for each decision alternative. Advantages of Minimax regret. Comprehensive evaluation. Decision makers evaluate alternatives comprehensively by considering the full range of potential regrets. Next, risk mitigation. It is well suited for risk-averse decision makers as it focuses on minimizing potential loss. Lastly, enhance decision quality. Minimax regret encourage decision makers to make choices that align with their risk tolerance and long-term goals. Disadvantages of Minimax regret. First, risk aversion. It may lead to overly conservative decisions that miss out on potential gains. Next, complexity. Assessing and comparing potential regrets for each alternative can be complex and time-consuming. The components of Minimax regret. Firstly, we have payoff matrix, a table representing a possible outcome of each decision under different states of nature or scenario. Then, regret table, derived by calculating the regret for each decision under each state of nature. Lastly, regret, the difference between the outcome of a chosen decision and the possible outcome under the same scenario. This component shows regret equal best payoff in the state minus actual payoff. This table shows the example or practice of the Minimax regret rule. For example, if the demand is 40 salads, we will make a maximum profit of $80 if they all sell. If we had decided to supply 50 salads, we would achieve a nil profit. The difference or regret between that nil profit and the maximum of $80 achievable for that row is $80. If we decide to supply 40 salads, the maximum regret is $60. If we decide to supply 50 salads, the maximum regret is $80. If we decide to supply 60 salads, the maximum regret is $160. If we decide to supply 70 salads, the maximum regret is $240. The explanation of this table. The maximum regret for each choices are thus as follows. A manager employing the Minimax regret criterion would want to minimize that maximum regret and therefore supply 40 salads only. In conclusion, Minimax regret decision making is a strategic approach that aims to minimize the maximum possible regret or loss when choosing from multiple alternatives in uncertain decision making situations. Understanding the principles, real-world application, advantages, disadvantages, decision metrics, and strategies for effective Minimax regret decision-making is valuable for individuals, organizations, and businesses making critical choices. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for watching this video.